Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Guild Wars 1 Let's Play. We are here in Rassam. I don't remember where I was. We're going to be doing the Little Workshop of Horrors, I believe is what the quest is called. Yep. Oh, it's you again. Perhaps you can help me. Yes, you can. You see, I was looking for my staff. It's an Oolas workshop, I'm certain. It's a nice red staff, but the golems, they've gone crazy. With Oola gone, no one's maintained the security golems. It must have broken down. I bet the total protection and security regulator golem is a cracked circuit crystal. Yes, the TPS regulator is definitely cracked. Without a strict TPS regulator, the whole system breaks down. That must be it. Now, I can't search for my staff. If you don't help me, I'll burn the place down. I pity you. Yes, I will help. We'll find your staff. You may see I have the goon squad with me. That's because I want them for one or two of the things in this dungeon. This is a pretty easy dungeon. This is Oola's lab, if I haven't mentioned it. But this is a pretty easy dungeon as well. This one, even with heroes, isn't too bad. But if you want to do it the fast way, you can, and you got some, honestly, you just need cupcakes. You don't even need to run like a, you don't even need to run like a build that needs concepts. You can honestly do the whole thing just with heroes and like, just bring like, what's it called? I'm blanking on the skill name right now. Like Glyph of Swiftness. Just bring Glyph of Swiftness and Glyph of Swiftness to your shadow form, and you should be fine. You just want a speed boost, so I'd bring cupcakes. You could realistically even do it without cupcakes, just permaing with Darkest Gate, but I'd bring cupcakes. Because all the bosses in this dungeon, you can basically just have your heroes help you kill. And on top of that, all the reason we bring the heroes is because the final floor, it's a lot easier if you just bring heroes and just have them kill stuff compared to doing it yourself. You can actually also use heroes to kill the first boss on the first floor, technically meaning you don't need to bring any damage skills. Like I brought Insidious Parasite here. I technically don't need to bring a single damage skill. Realistically, you only need running skills. So here, I'm just going to flag my heroes. One thing I will note is if you are doing it with heroes, whenever you're clearing this first area here, I'd be really careful because you can definitely overpool if you're doing it the more traditional way instead of like just running through it like I am here. There's this assassin guy, Zine, who is in here as well. He's looking for some kind of treasure, he says. I suppose you're here for the treasure too. Let me be clear. I'm looting this workshop for that floppy or nuisance, and you're not. If you got a problem with that, you'll have to argue that point with these improved security golems. So I'll make it easier on yourself and just go back the way you came. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a workshop to raid. He's a assassin boss. He'll pop up a couple times on this floor, but you can kind of just blast through him. You actually, didn't you hear me the first time? Buzz off. You actually don't need to kill him until the very last spawn, so if you're running it, you can just go right to the end. Can't you try a bit harder, make it a bit more challenging? You didn't hear me the first time? Buzz off. I should have eaten beans for breakfast this morning. Is he implying that we're following the sound of his farts? There he is. Oh. But again, we don't even care about him here because this isn't the final spot. You've got to be kidding me. We're still going. This dungeon's a lot of running. This final spawn should be up here. Actually, I wonder. You just don't know when to quit, do you? So here, we'll just bring our bow out. You can bow him. And we could just kill him with Insidious Parasite. Alternatively, you could just flag your heroes back through the door that I came through in the beginning, and they'll actually pop up here and help you kill him. So that's why I said you don't even need to necessarily bring anything with you. So you don't actually kill him. You just kind of... Oh, no, you do. Beaten by amateurs. How embarrassing. There you go. That's all to this floor. And the next floor, there's even less to. Nope. Got a little stuck in it, but we alright. There's a disenchantment there, which is going to be a little annoying. It's going to rip all our enchantments as we run by. It's a little annoying because now we have Shroud on cooldown. I think we'll be fine though here. These things shoot the burning darts, but we should be able to strafe some of them. I guess we can strafe all of them. But yeah, this floor is even shorter. This one's actually, if you're full clearing this with heroes, the hardest floor is honestly the first one because of how tightly packed all those mobs are in the beginning. But the dungeon gets progressively easier as you go on. Also, since a lot of these golems and stuff are just melee mobs, if you just bring some anti-melee, if you're full clearing, you'll be fine. So here's this enduring golem here. This one's a bit different than the other ones. So there's, if you remember from when we did this mission in this, did this area in the story, there are these there's this power core thing that I have in my hand, and what it does is it overloads energy and will kill the guy. But you need to, ideally you want to backwalk him like this until you get all the way back to this thing, because you can't damage him otherwise. And we're just waiting for our shadow form to drop. Does elite damage to him. There we go. Easy. If you're running it, that's where something like Dark Escape could come in useful. You just take half damage there, especially if you're not going to be using as many beacons and stuff. But To each their own. But yeah, so you won't be able to damage that guy even with your heroes if you're using heroes for it. So you can just bring him over there and kill him. You also can alternatively run it back and forth. It only takes 3 to kill him, so it's not that bad. It might honestly take you more time to pull him over there than it does to run back and forth, like with heroes. So, especially because the heroes can just keep him occupied while you just run back and forth. But, you know. Might be dead here. Nope, we're good. Forgot to booze. This last 4 you realistically don't need anything for. You realistically don't need any cons or anything as well. But this is what we brought the heroes for. We brought them for this 4. Because without it, it takes quite a while to kill the end boss here. So, why not make your life easier? Oh, I didn't know this until recently, but apparently the final guy has a big AoE attack that he does whenever you hit him with elemental damage. So if you're running a lot of elemental damage, you might want to be a little careful. I think I literally only have 1 or 2 elemental damage spells on my entire team, so not that big of an issue for me. But if you're running a whole bunch of elementalists, I would be a little careful with this final boss. Pop our Legio too. Let's have another member of the squad. Do. So you just flag your heroes here on the stairs, I would recommend, just so they don't have to deal with all the fire. Then you can just bow the boss down. Do this, let them spread out a little bit. That's it. That's all it took. Not too bad. Not really much of any difficulties. It was just nothing good, as always. But we can go back to Radisson and get our quest reward. Ah, you've repaired the TPS regulator. Oh well, I can't say I'm upset about that. Well, we can replace it with a new one. I'm certain next time it won't malfunction. Thank you for your help. Can I have my staff back? I want my staff back. He wants his staff, dang it. But that was all for today's episode. Just a quick little dungeon. I believe next we have 1 more dungeon in the Asuran region. I believe Shards of Aura is the last dungeon in the region that we need to do. And then we'll move on to the next region for dungeons. But I want to thank you for coming out. I hope you have a great day. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.